Hey guys, today we're going to make a line cake. So we're going to draw a border first. We're making like a picture frame on top of our picture. So you can use whatever lines you want, but you're going to draw them all along the edge of your paper. Here I'm using a scalloped line and going around all of the edges. Then I'm going to add a design. Here I drew circles, but you can make whatever line or design that you want. Just make sure it goes all the way around your border so it looks even and uniform and put together, because we are real artists. I'm also going to do a different one on a different paper because there's two different ways that you can draw a cake, and so I want to have two pictures to show you guys. So for this border I drew a curly line, and then I drew another curly line to fill in the empty spaces in between the loops because it's one of my favorite lines to draw. Once those are done, it's time to start drawing the cake. And since our cake needs to be sitting on something, I'm going to draw an oval so it's like a plate. And on my other paper, I'm going to draw a cake stand. So I'm going to draw an oval. I'm going to draw two lines coming down in the middle of my oval and one curvy line to connect it. So it's like a tall cake stand. The next thing I'm going to do is draw my cake. So I'm going to draw a rectangle sitting slightly over that oval, so it looks like my cake is sitting on top of the plate. And I'm going to erase that part of the oval that's inside the rectangle so it looks even more like the cake is on top of the plate and not just see-through. The next thing I'm going to do is draw the next layers of the cake. I'm going to draw a slightly smaller rectangle right on top and do another one so it's like a really tall cake. Then I'm going to add some candles. You can do candles, numbers, balloons, whatever. Decorate your cake how you want. I'm going to do something similar on my next paper. So you don't have to do two papers. I'm just showing you how to do it on different papers. So I'm going to draw my big rectangle, draw my smaller layers on top. Here I'm going to add an extra layer because I decided not to do candles, so I have 4 layers. You only have to do 3. Then I'm going to erase that line that's going through the rectangle so it looks like my cake is sitting on top of the cake stand. That's really important, so it makes it look like your work is real. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to pick our decorations. So whichever cake you do, you are going to have the chance to decorate your cake however you want. I would like for you guys to use at least 7 different types of lines in your whole paper. So decorate your cake with different types of lines, and then you are going to take a Sharpie or a marker, whichever one, and trace all of your lines. So you're going to go exactly over what you drew with pencil to make your lines show up better when you color. Once that's done, you're going to take your big eraser. You're going to erase every pencil line that you can see so that the pencil marks aren't keeping us from coloring in all of the special areas that we just made. Now we have all this eraser dust. Don't just brush it on your table. Take it to the trash can or use mine. Shake, shake, shake your paper so it's nice and clean for when you color. I would like for you guys to use crayons or colored pencils to color inside your designs. Don't just take one crayon and color all over the place, or don't just scribble. Make sure you use different colors, fill in the areas, color nicely like the 3rd graders I know you can do. Once you're done coloring your cake and your border, you're going to take a marker and we're going to color our background. The reason for this is markers are made with ink, and so they have water in them, and it looks like our background is painted, because if we were in the classroom we would be painting our background. But since we're in you guys' classroom and not the art room, we're using markers instead, so it's not as messy. But the cool thing about markers and crayons is they don't mix. So right here I accidentally colored a little bit into my border, but I was able to clean it with my finger because crayons and color pencils are made of wax, and markers don't stick to wax. So if you accidentally color on your cake or border, you can just swipe that marker right off. It won't stick. So you can keep it nice and clean and make your artwork look super professional and it's going to look beautiful. So I'm making sure that I'm filling in all of my empty spaces. The whole white space behind your cake, around your cake, between your border, and between your border and the edge of the paper is what you need to color in with your marker. I know this is a big space, but if you use the side of the marker, like I showed you with our line practice, it'll be much easier for you to color in. The last thing that you're going to do when you are finished coloring everything in is it's time to put your name on your paper. So you're going to choose a black marker or a Sharpie, and you're either going to put your name on the back or in the bottom corner. Once you're done with that, then you're done with your line cake.